What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are going to be looking at the decline of BTS. At least that is something that we can presume, especially once we look at the numbers. I'm going to throw up some articles so that you understand where I'm coming from, but the question is BTS going to go downhill from 2021 onwards? That's a very hard question to answer, but we are going to try and analyze it today with some facts and what is happening currently with the BTS brand. So let's not waste any more time and let's jump right into it. The main reason why I'm making this video is actually last week I started to do some research on BTS. I was really just curious on how they are performing on a global scale. How are they performing in sales? How are they performing with their songs? Because we do know that BTS is the #1 boy brand in the world. We know that. That's a fact. There is no one else that can top them. Even with their decline, they are still the #1. But today we're going to be looking at some numbers to actually see how much are they declining. Either way, today I found this article, and that's the main reason why I'm making this video today. And that is that with Jimin is basically being excluded more or less from their next songs, which is a little bit weird. But why is that happening? Well, I was looking through all the posts to see what I can find. But at the end of the day, this is just pure speculation. Even what I'm about to say now is pure speculation. What do I actually think on what is happening here? Well, it's really hard to say. I have worked with Koreans for the last 5-6 years. They are really fun people to work with, but they tend to make decisions that I have no idea where they come from. There is no explanation for it, and the sad thing is most of these decisions do not even come out to the public. It is something that is disclosed between a couple of people, and that is where it's going to stay, and there will never be an explanation. Yes, this is frustrating. It can be fun, but it is frustrating because you will just not understand what is actually happening on the current state. Anyway, Jimin is basically being excluded in the tracklist CD 3. So the tracklist CD 3, for the people who don't know what it is, it's a new CD that they want to bring out for BTS with some cool old songs, a little bit retouching, blah, 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 you know, to make the fans happy. Awesome idea. Make it a little bit more nostalgic. Make people happy. But Jimin is basically excluded. Well, he does have a song with Tony Montana. Okay, that's great. But from the rest, he's basically missing a little bit. You know, he's missing from the rest. He doesn't have as much say compared to the other members. A little bit questionable. But why is this happening? Again, there is only speculation. We do not know. But it could also just be a big business decision between Jimin and his management. It could really just be the management saying, hey, look, we might have something cool happening in the background. Maybe he's going to go solo. Maybe he's going to leave Hype. We do not know. But I am looking forward to see how this is going to roll out in the future. This is already really awkward because groups like this, especially as big as BTS, don't tend to really just disperse all of a sudden. But this could be a really big first sign to Jimin leaving. Maybe not. Maybe it isn't. Maybe he's sick. Who knows? Maybe he just didn't agree with the terms and conditions. No one knows. And that's the sad truth, but it is the truth. The next thing that I want to talk about is actually that the BTS army, so the CD that I was just talking about, is a little bit of a mess. So this disc 3 is going to be CD only. Why would you in 2022 make it CD only? This is a really weird question because there is no definite answer to it. If you have platforms like YouTube Music, Spotify, or wherever you want to stream your music, whatever you want to choose from, it's always just a good idea to just upload it there because the moment people start listening to it, you will start making revenue. So why are they not going with this route? Why is it going to be so exclusive? Why are they not just going to upload these songs on these platforms? It makes no sense from a business opportunity. Of course, they might want to make it super duper exclusive, but the sad truth is even CD players are not even active anymore. Laptops, for example, don't have CDs. Cars, they tend to not have CDs either. So where are people gonna listen to this music? Who knows? I don't understand what they're going with here. It's a really awkward direction, but it seems as if they want to make and force people to go back into 2010, 2012, you know, when CDs were more or less still active. People were still using them. There were no streaming softwares or anything like that. That didn't exist. So what are they actually thinking here? And again, it's a really weird decision, but I had to do some more research. What is actually happening here? So with that CD only being released on CD, which sounds really awkward, especially in 2022, it is not even digital, which is just awkward. I had to go to Statista. Now this is a graph I found already 2 weeks ago, and I was just so curious to see what is happening with BTS. Why is there this heavy decline from 2020 to 2021? Just to put in perspective, I did the math a little bit, okay? In 2020, they sold 9.17 million albums, and this is only in Korea. Whatever the number is globally, I cannot say because it's so hard to track that. But in Korea, they sold 9.17 million albums. If we just calculate those albums, and I'm making the cheapest price for the albums right now to $20, that's $250 million. I know that there are the CDs, the premium CDs that go for $70, $80, $90. That's a lot, but we are just keeping it to the minimum so that we can actually just, do a rough calculation, okay? But you can say it's a lot of money they made in 2020. Now, in 2021, once they started going heavily international, they started going really just out of their terms when it comes to K-pop. It's a little bit out of boundary. Of course, we have Sugar at the moment. He is still doing stuff with Psy. Super, super nice. Happy that he's going back to his roots a little bit. I think that's really creative. But you can see that there is this massive decline of nearly 2 million missing albums that have not been sold. 2 million. That's a loss of approximately $50 million. And that is just within 1 year. Could this be the reason to why they are forcing people to buy CDs, to buy albums? It might be. They might be realizing that more and more people are streaming and they're going to be losing out on this revenue, which they want to make sure that they are going to keep making. But is this the right decision? Again, it's just pure speculation, but if I look at the numbers, this might be a very smart move from them to force people to buy that CD so that they don't listen only on Spotify. Again, BTS is a money-making machine. It's nothing more. Even the members from BTS most likely have no say. It's all about what the stakeholders have to say, and that is it. It's just mind-boggling, especially when it comes to a group such as BTS. I only saw them going upwards, 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 and upwards, but it seems as if they really just reached their peak and they're a little bit stuck on what to do next. And who knows, maybe that is also the reason why Jimin is actually not in the album. Maybe he's going to try and look for a different opportunity to make his money. But the numbers don't lie here. 9.17 million albums to 7 million albums. And that is just Korea. Just one country. We didn't even include the USA, Europe, all the different countries within Europe. We have no numbers on that, but this might be a big, big reason to why these decisions are being made at the moment. Again, I'm saying this again just because I don't want people to hate me and say that what I'm saying is truth. It's pure speculation, but the numbers are the things that are telling me that this is a good indication to why the companies are taking these drastic measures. The big question is this a smart decision or not by hype labels? That is a really good question, and the sad thing is, and to be honest, it's only them that can answer it. They have their analytics, they know exactly what they need to do next. At least they're presuming what they're doing. But all I can say is that this is a very Korean type of way of doing business. There tends to be sometimes no reasoning to why they do it, and it might just be throwing a dart in the dark and hoping that they're hitting the right targets for the year of 2022. Because if I just look at this heavy decline from 2020 to 2021, there might be a big hint that BTS is just not performing in sales as good as all the other years. So it might even be worse than 2021. I'm not saying this is bad, they're still the number one, but companies want to profit, and this could be a big downfall as well. If they take the wrong decisions, maybe this could be also the start of BTS dispersing over time. They might all of a sudden just say, guys, BTS is over, we're all just going solo. Look at Blackpink, for example. They're all doing their own solo work. And that is not because of a decline. They all had their opportunities and they grew. The tree basically grew. It didn't basically grow and start collapsing. It basically grew. They found their top and now they're basically dispersing higher and higher. That's why they are, according to, to the marketing perspective, performing really, really strong. And I'm talking about all the members. But yeah, guys, this is my analysis with the BTS numbers that I found on the internet, trying to give a little bit more of a scope on why certain actions are being taken right now. It's a really weird period of time, especially for BTS, and so many questions. You know that even when BTS fans don't understand what is happening, you know that hype labels is doing something that is really confusing for the fan base. So I hope there's going to be an answer coming out, but just by looking at the numbers that I presented today, you can clearly see that they knew what they're doing here could be based on those numbers. They know that something is going bad and they want to make sure that 2020 could be repeated again in 2022. They want to make sure they have more money each year coming. And like I say, it could be the end of BTS. It really might be. It really just might be the end of the tunnel here. And here we go. Everyone is going to do their own productions. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. And like always, if you did enjoy, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. And I'll catch you on the next video. And I hope that I can get more numbers for the next video as well. Catch you then.